What's up, guys? As always, Mike Washington, RECK Performance. This is week 3 of RECK's workout of the week. I want to start off by apologizing to you guys. Today is Thursday, and I am late with this video submission. So, today we're gonna, as you can see, I have some toys here. We're gonna up it a little bit, all right? So, we're gonna add a load to the movements that we've been doing, right? So hopefully you guys have been going through your movements, keeping up with it, doing it at least 2-3 times a week. And now I think it's time for you guys to start to get a training effect, all right? So, just a quick overview. We did the hip hinge, all right? We did the squat. Right? We did push-ups. Right? Those are the exercises that I prescribed to you guys. Hopefully you've been doing it. For those of you that have been doing it, amen. Thanks for keeping up. For those of you new guys, new people tuning in, I would suggest for you to go back to week 1, start with the warm-up and the movements, and then work your way up. You know, maybe try it twice a week. If you do that, you'll be caught up by week 5. You'll be fine. There's no rush. I really suggest you guys take your time, all right? So today, we still have our PVC pipe, but we won't be using it, all right? So today, we're gonna move back into that hip hinging pattern. We're gonna do something called an RDL, right? I'm on Romanian deadlift. So, I know you guys probably seen videos of people doing deadlifts and whatnot. Before we get fancy with a barbell, we have to learn how to use these hips, right? So, today, I brought 2 tools. This here is a kettlebell, right? That is different variations of kettlebells. This kettlebell is actually used for kettlebell sport, right? So kettlebell sport is very similar to Olympic lifting, right? They do the same lifts, basically the same movements, but they use the kettlebell, right? This one is a sports style kettlebell. The little black ones that you normally see, those are what we call hard style kettlebells, the originals, right? So I have this kettlebell. This is going to be one of our tools we're using for the RDL. Sorry, I got my head cut off so you can't see me. I'm going to use this kettlebell to do our RDLs. I also have 2 dumbbells. Everybody knows what a dumbbell is, right? You do this with it, right? This is what you do with it? You do a lot of things with it. So, I'm going to show you guys 2 different ways to perform the RDL. Sounds good? Hopefully. Good. Alrighty. So, remember, we're going to start with our feet, our heels, directly underneath our hips, right? I'll give you guys a little bit of leeway. We can get about 3 inches from underneath the hip. That should be a nice point for you guys. Alright? The first variation of the RDL I'm going to perform is with the dumbbells, right? I have 15-pound dumbbells here. I can go heavier. Heavy is not always good, right? What we want is efficiency. So, with the RDLs, we're going to have the dumbbell. I want it right in front of our thighs, right? Remember the keys of having the 3 points of contact with that PVC pipe, right? So we still want to lock that position, shoulders back, right? We want a soft knee. We're not going straight leg. We'll get into that later. We don't need that specifics yet, right? So we're gonna have a soft knee, and we're gonna lock the shoulders back. We're gonna hinge and reach with your hand, all right? Keep pushing the butt back. Don't lose the shoulders, all right? I wanna get you guys to about mid-shin. This is cool with me. Back up, squeeze the glutes, right? Push, 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 shoulders are pent. Take your chin down with you. Mid-shin. Back up, all right? Here's a few tools that's gonna help you guys. Normally what I see when I have people do RDLs is, on the way down, they lose the shoulders, which will look like such. They'll hinge, the hinge will be great, right? They're reaching, they get here, and they give it up to round the back. You don't want that. There's no exercise that you're gonna be in this position, right? This is the same thing for people who have to clean, mothers, fathers, anybody, kids. It's time to clean. You got to lift the couch out to sweep underneath the couch. They go to the couch, and they're here, right? And after years of doing this, one day you go to that couch, you get down, you don't use your butt, you bend the back, and you pull, and you get a herniated disc. We don't want that. My number one goal is to teach you guys efficient movement, right? Injury prevention. You want to prevent injuries. Efficient movements. Learning how to move. Learning how to save energy. We don't want energy leaks. We want to use whatever power we have in our body to do whatever it is we need to do. I don't care if it's walking, right? So, I want to show you guys a couple bad repetitions of the RDL, right? So I just showed you guys a good hinge, right? With a round back. This is no good, right? If you find yourself here, I want you to pull them shoulder blades back and keep that bell close to the shins, right? The best thing I can tell you guys to do is to have your fingers rub down the thighs, shoulders are bent, we're going down, all right? Also, another one we'll get is a squat. We don't want to squat. RDLs, soft knees, push the butt back, hand stays in contact with the legs the entire time, shoulders are bent. It's a lot of cues, take your time, figure it out. Bend the shoulders, push, hands are in contact. All right? As you've seen in the prescription that I put up before we started, every exercise, 2 sets, 12 reps. I want you to move at a nice slow tempo. I'm not going to kill you on time. If you would like to use a kettlebell, right? The kettlebells, sport kettlebells, are taller than the hardstyle kettlebells, right? So you get extra height. The regular kettlebells will be much lower. So, with that being said, when we lift the kettlebell, the same way we do our squats, right? I want you to bring the arch of your foot around the arch of the bell, right? We're gonna bend at the knees, drop the butt, grab the bell, chest up, and we'll stand. All right, from a lateral view. Arch of the foot around the arch of the bell. The bell should be in between your knees. Bend the knees, hinge at the hip. Back is flat, stand tall. All right? Same thing with the RDL. I want you to hide the kettlebell in between the knees. Soft knees, shoulder pin. And we're gonna push. All right? That bell is in between the knees. All right? I don't want it out here. This is going to give you more torque on your lower back, and then you're going to be cursing me out tomorrow saying your back hurts. Soft knee, hinge at the hip, reach, reach, reach. All righty? Front view. Soft knees, pin the shoulders, go and get it. All right? There we go. That's our RDLs. Next, we're sticking with our push-up. I want to get these push-ups solid. This way, if you had to go to the military, you have a solid push-up. You won't have to have them on your back, all right? Same position. Glutes are locked, toes are tucked, neutral spine. Again, nice and slow. We're not going to worry about the count this week. I want to see control. Stay in control. All right? Here we go. Stay in control. Those glutes are locked. That back is flat. Alrighty? 2 sets, 12 reps. Next, we'll have our squats. Now, a lot of people want to agree with it. They're going to say, well, why did you do a single joint movement instead of doing a multiple joint movement? One, I'm using this exercise this week as a mobility thing, right? So we're using the RDLs at a light weight. You guys don't need to go no more than 10, maybe 15 pounds, right? We're using that to mobilize the hamstrings. Oh, right? It's like a stretch, but it's not a stretch. We're mobilizing, right? We're getting the hips ready. Now, we're going to go into a squat. So, with that being said, we have our kettlebell, right? Both kettlebells have a bottom, they have a horn, they have a handle. We're going to have the kettlebell bottoms up, right? We're going to go bottoms up, and we're going to have the handle split our chest, you see? Right in the middle. So now, from that position, what we're going to do is this here, right? If you feel comfortable there, if you're worried about dropping it, you can get the thumb in between the bell, right? And hold it. I suggest you guys be here. If you have the hard style kettlebell, then you can hold it much easier by the handles, all right? Which we call the horns. The horns will stick out a little more on the black hard style bell, all right? I have the kettlebell sport bell. This is how we're gonna split it. No matter which bell you use, let's split the chest. Alrighty? So, we're gonna go into our squat, right? With our squat, we're starting off just outside the hips, right? The bell is placed right in front of our chest. We're not going anywhere else. Close, we're not resting it, we're not leaning back. Bell's in front of the chest, feet are just outside the hips, and we're gonna get our squat. All right? Slow and steady wins the race, we're under control. All right, from the lateral view, same thing. Feet are just outside the hips, and we're squatting. Right, so now, on the squat, I want you guys to either record yourself or find a mirror, which maybe you can look to the left or to the right. On the way down in that squat, a lot of people squat, and then they lean forward to get that last couple degrees of motion. We don't want it. If you cannot get your butt below your knees, don't worry about it. Next week, I'm going to give you guys a lot of tools to help you get full range of motion. For now, we're going to work with what you have, right? We're building capacity. Next week is going to be more technical, and I'm going to give you tips and drills and exercises to improve these core exercises, all right? So now, here we go. A bad repetition. We don't want this. That's not a squat, all right? That's a failure to comply. Your abdominals do not want to do what they need to do. They're not working, they're not stabilizing, and they're not keeping you safe, right? We're here. If this is all you can get before you start to tilt, I will take this any day. That's a start, right? A nice vertical torso. Another thing is, some of you guys will be able to get full range of motion, right? You'll get that full range, and then on the way up, you get that. No bueno, we're not doing that either. We want efficient movements, right? We're learning how to move. Injury prevention. That's my key. This is what I want to teach you guys. So now, if you find yourself in the bottom of the squat, and on the way up, you get that butt out, chest down movement. First, let's check the weight, right? Even though that's not the issue, I want you guys to maybe grab a lighter weight. Secondly, if you can get down there, right, and you find yourself here, I want you to focus on staying vertical. Do whatever it takes to keep your chest and your back vertical, right? That's my first cue to you. If the weight doesn't work, and if just focusing more doesn't work, then I want you to shorten that range, right? So instead of getting that full range of motion, let's try just bringing the butt to the knees, right? And see if you can bring it back up, right? If that helps, and that keeps it clean without coming up with that butt back, then here's my next suggestion to you. When you're doing the squat, right, and on your way up, you have that issue, I want you to consciously think on the way up to press the knees just a little bit. Press them open, right? This is going to engage your glutes, and that's going to help you stabilize to get back up, all right? So, if we have this issue, and we're coming forward, we're not going that low. We're going to shorten the range of motion, bring the butt to the knee height, and I want you to push the knees apart to help you get up. And of course, when we stand, we squeeze the glutes. All right. And next, sorry guys, the last exercise we have, oh great. Before the last exercise, we have bent over rows. I'm a little off order, but I gave you the order on the prescription, so follow that order. Sorry that I threw you guys off. We're gonna have a bent over row. I only want you guys to go single arm this week, right? We're going back into that hip hinge, right? Activate those hamstrings, right? This hand, you can place it wherever you want, except on your thigh. We're not gonna do that because then you're gonna try to brace off your thigh to help you pull. I don't want that. So this hand will just be hanging. He's chilling out. The weight close to your leg, right? We're gonna go with the neutral grip. Instead of overhand, we're going neutral grip. So from here, butt back, neutral spine. We're gonna pull and reach for the pocket. Get that elbow back, reach for your pocket, right? Reach for the pocket. Imagine you were a cowboy or a cop. You had a holster. The best movement for that pull is back there, right? Reach for the pocket. So they call it the lats, latissimus dorsi. They call it the handcuff muscle. Why? Because when you're getting arrested, the lats are responsible for that movement, right? This is why we want to reach for that pocket. Very important. Another thing that people leave out is the scapular engagement. So when they're doing the exercise, they never engage their scaps. It's all shoulder, right? So the first thing that happens is people get this, right? And we get that forward rotation of the shoulder. No good. We want to open the chest, right? So to do that, we're going to pull the shoulder blade back and reach, right? When you pull it back, we're not twisting. It's a shoulder blade back, reach. Back, reach, all right? Back and reach. Again, we can go real light. 10 pounds is enough. 5 pounds, anything. You can do it without weight, and I guarantee you'll get a good exercise out of it. And finally, we have YTWs. YTWs, real fun exercise, right? So, this is gonna help you guys with that scapular engagement, right? We don't know how to use it. I naturally have wing scapula, so I do a lot of work to kind of pull them back and to strengthen them. And one of the exercises I like to do, which is good for a lot of people, is gonna help you later on get into pull-ups. And when we're getting stronger, trying to row, or trying to do any type of pulling motion, we need to engage the shoulder blades, right? Also, it's going to give us great integrity with, the rotator cuff. So here we go. YTWs. Again, we're working on hamstrings, right? We're going back into that hinging motion. The chin is tucked. It's going to be a Y. I'm going to show you from each angle, right? Arms up into a Y. Then we're going to turn those thumbs out. We're going to go T. Now here's where we get lost. You're going to naturally want to go T here. That's not what we want. Stay lateral. Slice across the body, get the T, bring it down. For the W, we're going to go back to the Y, turn the thumbs to each other, W. All right? So it's going to look something like this. I'm going to show you with a vertical spine, but we're going to keep doing it from that standing position. I just want you guys to be able to see the movements of the shoulder blades, right? So that's going to be the Y, right? Then you bring it down. Then you got to take those thumbs, turn them out. You're going to get T. All right? Then we're going to get back to the Y. We're going to turn the thumbs to each other. We're going to bring those elbows down for the W. All right? That's YTW. You'll hit all 3 points 12 times. 2 sets, 12 reps. So again, here it is from the front view. Neutral spine, butt back. Y. T. W. All right? And there you guys go. So each exercise, again, 2 sets, 12 reps. All right, there's your prescription. This is a long video, so you have a lot of cues, mistakes, corrections there to fix it. I gave you guys a lot of work. Hopefully, you guys are gonna look good. For those of you that sent emails, I didn't forget about you. I'll be getting to them today. Sorry I had a rough week, real long week. Take your time. Focus on those mistakes that I showed you. Record yourself. Keep sending the videos. I appreciate you guys sending the videos. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I didn't get back to you. I will get back to you by the end of this evening. And let's work, guys. Next week, it'll be correction exercises to fix these. All right? So I'm gonna give you a lot of corrective drills for the mistakes that I always see with these exercises. And hey, after another week or two, we're full gear, guys. We're not going to be in this little box. I'm going to show you guys how to work the gym for real, all right? So, good luck. Stick to it. Enjoy your weekend. Mike Washington, RECK Performance. RECK workout of the week 3.